Hi, I'm Melanie Truhills, an atrial fibrillation survivor. I vowed to raise awareness about this life-threatening condition. You see, I discovered that I had heart issues back when I was a busy, on-the-go consultant at a Fortune 100 company. One evening, as I was getting off a plane, I realized I could barely breathe and my left shoulder hurt. Those were symptoms of a woman's heart attack. Fortunately, it wasn't a heart attack, but I had a 95% blockage in a major coronary artery, and I almost died on the operating table. But I got a second chance at life. I left my road warrior job to speak out about women and heart disease. At the time, most women and their doctors didn't know that heart disease was the #1 killer of women. So I started speaking out to help save women's lives. And I wrote a multiple award-winning book, A Woman's Guide to Saving Her Own Life. Then, about 7 months after my initial heart incident, I was working in my home office when my heart began skipping beats and racing, and I could barely breathe. My husband ran over with the blood pressure cuff. He noticed that my right leg was as white and as cold as ice. I had blood clots in my leg and behind my right eye. At the hospital, doctors told me that I had atrial fibrillation, also called AFib. After an AFib episode, I'd feel exhausted, like a limp dish rag. All I could do was sleep, and my family wouldn't let me go anywhere by myself for fear I'd be off alone and have a stroke. AFib patients are the frequent flyers of the emergency room, with costly medical bills that average 5 times greater than those without AFib. And for many folks that I've known, AFib meant losing jobs, cars, houses, everything, even their families. Once I was AFib-free, I knew I couldn't stand on the sidelines and watch others suffer. So I started StopAFib.org to help those living with AFib. I'm proud that this tiny nonprofit organization has grown into the world's leading and most visited atrial fibrillation website. We're dedicated to supporting those who live with AFib, including caregivers and other family members. On this journey, I've testified before the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, brought the patient voice to think tanks and research initiatives, shared my story with anyone who would listen, and even followed Barry Manilow at the podium in front of members of Congress to raise awareness of atrial fibrillation. I've seen that one woman can make a difference and can change the world. And through StopAFib.org, I've connected with thousands of AFib sufferers to share information and inspiration. From my own experiences and those of other AFib patients, I've learned that life's too short to live in AFib.